no auto delivery, so grab that. We highly recommend you use your automated ordering or your mobile app if you would like to do it that way. Nicole Gaffney is joining us, and she is a seafood expert. She is a blogger as a chef. You may have seen her on the next Food Network star on Food Network's reality show. So we love having her here because she has great expertise. It's good to see you again.
Great to see you as always. Happy Labor Day.
Hi, thank you. Happy Labor Day to you, because you know what? A lot of times during these events like Labor Day, we're hanging out, we're grilling, we're doing this stuff, but even if someone's outside grilling, you want to have a little appetizer to roll out. You want to have some finger food, some sort of grab and goes.
Definitely.
This, when I see this, even if I have been able to find, shrimp in my local supermarket, I am not finding it like this. What is Japanese style really all about?
So you can see, the first thing you probably notice is the shape.
The shape?
This long,
look at this.
Torpedo shape. I like to call them like shrimp fingers.
Right.
They look like chicken fingers almost, but this is a whole shrimp. This isn't chopped up shrimp that's been processed and breaded. This is a whole shrimp that's been stretched in this Japanese way. It's called nabashi, and it's a traditional Japanese way of stretching the shrimp out. They actually insert a skewer inside and do it like this, and then actually bread it and then fry it so it holds its shape.
Can you imagine trying to do this yourself at home?
Yes.
Like, what is it called? Oh,
nabashi.
Nabashi.
And it's very, very time consuming because first you have to peel the shrimp, you have to devein the shrimp.
That is hard enough as it is.
These have all been deveined so they don't have that nasty stuff on the inside. And then you have to go through the process of actually breading it. And if you've ever breaded anything, you know how long it takes. Yeah. And you get crud all over your hands.
You get stuff all over you. I talk about having the glove. It's like, the wet glove of the breading that you get on the one hand. This, you know what, I'm not even gonna dunk it right away. I'm just gonna take a bite. Because panko, what's special about the panko?
So panko is the other thing that makes this Japanese. Panko is a Japanese style breadcrumb, and what makes them really special is they're so light and they get incredibly crispy. Do you taste that?
Very crispy.
I heard you crunch when you bit into that.
That's really
Did you guys
beautiful.
hear that?
Yeah, and so here's the shrimp that's on the inside. The panko that's on the outside, and what I like about it is they're not completely falling apart.
Yes.
You know, as you're eating them, sometimes you take a bite into something breaded and then everything just falls off and it kind of defeats the purpose.
Like
here,
this.
Yeah, right. So let's take a look at this. This is when I think of fried shrimp, this is what I think of. I enjoy it, my kids enjoy it, but it is not this. Here, wait, I want to hold that up next to yours.
Do the comparison.
Yeah, this is what you're getting today. It is not that. The breading is different, and this is just also, this hasn't gone through the lengthy process of this nabashi, you called it, of being able to stretch the shrimp on a skewer. You're getting 40 of them. They're crisp, they're delicious. You're baking them from frozen because these essentially have already been fully cooked, so you can't really goof this up.
You can't goof them up at all. Just don't cook them for 3 hours and you'll be fine.
Right, exactly.
They're really quick to cook. They take about 25 minutes in the oven at 350, but personally, I like to get them extra, extra crispy.
Okay.
So I go ahead and bump the oven temperature up to like 400, even as high as 425.
You can, all right.
And then you can cook them for less time, so they're done faster.
Look at
and
that
they get
presentation.
super, super crispy.
You know what? Look at this presentation over here. You've actually, so you cooked them first and then cut them after you baked them.
We cut them after we bake them so you guys can see how much shrimp is in there. The breading on the outside is really light, so you're getting a really nice, meaty piece of shrimp in there.
Beautiful. So whether you add this to salad, you add it on a side of pasta.
Yeah.
You put them out like the hors d'oeuvres out there in the front. I mean,
So
seriously,
elegant.
so elegant. You know how easy that is, doing some asparagus spears, making sort of like the X formation with the shrimp,
Little
and then
squeeze of lemon.
little squeeze of lemon, chop up some red peppers. That plate is gorgeous. And then you can go into the international food aisle of your local store and you can get cocktail sauce, tartar sauce. You could get sweet and sour sauce. You could get hoisin, like you could get any kind of sauce you want to go with it. But you know what else I'm really impressed with? How they're packaged. Because you and I talked before the show, many times if you get, just breaded, any breaded shrimp anywhere, they're kind of in a lump and you have to break them apart and the breading's falling off. These will never be stuck together when they get to you.
Never. They're all individually packaged, and this is how they come. So there's 5 to a package. This is sealed. So you're getting 8 of these packages. This is everything that you get. There's 40 shrimp. That's a lot.
5 to a package, 8 packages that we had just like this, so evenly distributed, every single one cared for and pristine, and you're getting a lot of them. 40 is a lot. I mean, because when you think about 40 regular shrimp and then you think about 40 of these, this is a ton of food right here.
They're big. I mean, when you compare it to the shrimp that we got from the grocery store, I mean, look at the size difference. It's really astronomical.
We were talking about it actually before the show, that this is like a good 4-biter.
Totally.
4 to 5 biter. This is not like a 1-bite appetizer.
Yeah,
I've already taken 3 bites off of this, and I still have somewhere to go. And I do actually appreciate that the tail has been left on because that's your handle.
Exactly.
And you can eat all the way down.
That's what makes this perfect party food. You don't need to have any toothpicks. You don't need to have forks or knives. You just pick it right up. You give it a little dip.
And you're ready to go.
Yep.
There's no auto delivery on this, and this is the first time we have ever brought shrimp done in this style to QVC. Egg Harbor is one of our newer seafood brands, and you may have tried the Faroe Island salmon. That is incredibly delicious.
Yeah.
That has ridiculously high reviews on QVC.com. So this is such a nice chance to be able to get this home, not only for a quick dinner for the family, because I gotta tell you, 3 of these at the most because they're so big for each of my kids.
Oh, yeah.
For me, 4 to 5 of them for my appetite with a salad on the side, and I could get several meals out of this.
Definitely.
But just to have on hand for those events, now that we're cocooning and we're staying home and we're inviting people over. This is even cool too how you're cutting them up because they make these cute little bite-sized pieces that you could do with toothpicks if you wanted to.
Totally.
And
just
get a lot more out of them.
One-biters. And I love the versatility. So it is technically Japanese in the shape and the crispy breading, the Panko breadcrumbs that are on the outside. But you could do anything with these.
Because it's not a Japanese flavor.
Right,
It's like salt and pepper for seasoning and that's
it's just, you just taste the shrimp, really. I love to do them in a shrimp taco. Delicious, with a little salsa over top, a little sour cream or guacamole. Awesome. It's like a nice Mexican festive night. You can just pop these out of your freezer, so easy. I lived in Louisiana for a little while, and I became obsessed with the po' boy sandwiches, which are like those fried seafood sandwiches. Throw a little remoulade sauce and lettuce and tomato. So great on a fish sandwich.
And then when you put it on that way, it's nice and low profile. You're not like piling them up and having pieces falling out. We've never done anything like this before, and we're beginning to get limited as to what we can ship out to you. And we have no future ship dates. What we have is what we have. And 48312 6982. Look up Egg Harbor on QVC.com, and if the salmon exists there, you're going to see the great reviews.
Yes.
Nicole, so nice to see you.
Happy
Labor
nice to see
Day.
you too.
I'm going to put these out
Please
for
do.
hors d'oeuvres. It's going to be so much fun. Because the kids will love it, the grown-ups will love it. We've got a lot coming up in the show, though, including a little something from Corky's. I'm going to go way behind here because I don't have a lot of space. Something from Corky's where you get a choice of sausage or pulled pork along with baby back ribs, so you can look that up. We've also got Greg Shockley coming up with 2-ounce filet mignons at the end of the program. Lobstergram is here with something new. But right now, we're going to talk desserts. And especially as I start doing a lot of these gatherings